Now, hello everybody, my name is Christian and welcome back to Skycast. And normally when I record these videos, I will have like an intro and then I will follow that up by like a introduction video or something. Not going to do that. This is going to be an unedited video. Major tornado outbreak on the way being forecasted by the actual Storm Prediction Center. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Now for today, we are going to see these severe storms through portions of Oklahoma, Texas, and then up here through portions of Missouri and Illinois. Now this is not expected to be too wild of a threat for the most part. We go up here to the tornado threat. Tornado threat being for most of these convective storms that have already happened today. Got this 5% right here towards portions of Illinois, Iowa, and into Missouri. But there is this very, very long, very, very broad 2% that stretches all the way down to Texas, includes portions of Tennessee, the Mississippi Valley, includes the whole state of Arkansas. So that kind of just goes through, kind of shows, how widespread these storms are trying to be. If we're looking at the wind could be a bit of significance. You can see that 30% here towards Missouri and Illinois. But for the most part, the reason these have went that slight enhanced is going to be for wind and then that hail threat. Down south could see some bigger hail in excess of 2, 3, possibly even 4 inches in diameter in some points. That main threat concern is going to be between 2% and 3%, those 3-inch threats. And for some reason, OBS keeps lagging. And if we come down here and we look, severe thunderstorms are expected this afternoon and evening from North Texas, eastern Oklahoma, into the mid-south, and into the Midwest, including parts of Missouri and Illinois. And you can pause to read the synopsis here if you like. It is fairly long. Feel free to do that if you want. And then we get into day 2. Day 2 seems to be a major concern, and I cannot stress that enough. As of now, this is looking to be on Saturday, and then we're going to have another area on Sunday towards the Ohio Valley that we're looking at, which I'll get to in a minute. But Saturday looks like a major concern. Big moderate risk of severe weather extending through portions of Oklahoma, Kansas, and Missouri. Enhanced risk even further, slight risk even further, marginal even further, and then you have these other marginal risk areas of severe weather from over here from the New York, Pennsylvania area down here into portions of the Gulf states. And you may be questioning yourself, why is the moderate risk so big? The Storm Prediction Center was actually thinking about putting a day 2 high risk in this risk, which I will get to in a moment. But the tornado threat is a 15% tornado threat. It is going to be there for strong, violent, long-track tornadoes and long-track supercells. If we look at the wind section, 45% towards that northern side, you're going to see those wind gusts, those kind of that widespread wind damage. If you look at hail not as a concern just yet, but I would not be surprised if this gets updated to that 45% SIG, where we're going to see some extreme hail events in these areas down here. And if we do scroll down, look at the wording with this. Back to the wording here, though. Several strong to violent tornadoes, see that wording there. Extreme hail corridors of widespread wind damage are forecast over parts of the central and southern plains from late Saturday afternoon and into tonight. You can pause to read this, but there is a couple areas that I do want to highlight. One being this paragraph right here. The end result of all this stuff kind of combining, the unstable air mass, the dew points about 75 degrees, and then you have the southerly flow, that warm front, all being put right here into the end result, a rare combination, keep that in mind, a rare of instability and wind shear across the moderate risk area with potential for particularly strong tornadoes, wind, and extreme hail. That wording is very concerning because we have had 2024 has been an absolutely wild year for tornadoes. We've had violent tornadoes in 5% risk. Actually had one last night, I believe, in western Oklahoma, where the Dow 6, or the Doppler on wheels, scanned winds of 210 miles an hour. That's on a 5% tornado threat, so please heed this when they're talking about how concerning this can be. And then you can pause to read this if you want to, but I do want to scroll down here one more. We were talking about that high risk. The National Weather Service putting in their description, only reduced confidence in total storm coverage. That's the only thing precluding a high risk at this time. The only reason that we do not have a day 2 high risk, which is rarer than the high risk itself, is the fact that we don't have enough confidence to make sure. I would not be surprised if we get a high risk with that, and that is saying a lot. So you need to take this seriously. You need to understand what your tornado plan is for this. And then we get back into Sunday, where Sunday could be a concern as well. Day 3, we have this huge slight risk through portions from Texas all the way up into the Ohio Valley, even including portions of Iowa. This enhanced risk through portions of Missouri, Illinois, Kentucky, into Indiana, and even some extreme northern portions of Tennessee. The probabilistic of this being severe is already a 30% hatch, and this is looking like it could be another big event, which I will show you in a minute. Severe thunderstorms are likely Sunday into Sunday night across parts of the middle Mississippi and lower Ohio valleys, and you can pause to read this if you would like to. Now, this is the Colorado State University model, so take this with a grain of salt. This is not meant to be used for forecasting, but I'm kind of making a point here for the Sunday risk. You can see tomorrow we have that moderate risk of severe weather where they're highlighting violent tornadoes, and you can see the CSU model here is not predicting anything to be too wildly of concern. You can see 5% tornado threat, that 15% hail threat, and then that 15% wind threat. So that kind of goes to show, what the other models, how different they can be. But then you get into Sunday. And Sunday can obviously downtrend or uptrend, just depending on how it changes. But as of now, we do have a 15% prediction through portions of Kentucky, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, and then a 45% wind threat, 15 to 30% hail threat. So that once again, that kind of goes to show the difference between these models and how they are predicting these. So besides that, that's all I have for you guys today. There will likely be a video tomorrow before the event highlighting everything. If I can go live and if I'm needed, I will. If this goes high, there will be a live stream. But as of now, still trying to work out what time these storms are going to happen and all that. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for choosing Skycast. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day.